guys, welcome back to another video. I'm super excited today because it's been a few weeks I haven't been able to ride my bike. The weather here in Bulgaria has been horrendous. It's been raining, it's been cold, it even snowed a few days ago, so it's been crazy. Because of the mud and the low temperatures and everything, I haven't been out. The gravel here isn't the greatest, or at least that's what I'm assuming. I have no idea. But look what we have today. Finally taking the gravel bike out. I'm super excited. It's an amazing day today. It's around 16 degrees. I think it's gonna be a bit less here in the mountains, but I can't wait. I found a route on just Google Maps, just looking around. I think it's through some fields. There is gonna be some elevation. We're in the western part of Bulgaria, so it's definitely mountains, but it kind of has these rolling hills, so it should be really nice. Found some back roads, some dirt roads, so I'm gonna be exploring those. I have no idea what the condition is gonna be. I have no idea how long the route is and how much we're gonna ride, so yeah, it's definitely gonna be an adventure today. We've got about 20-30 minutes till we get to the destination, and I'll check in with you guys as soon as I get ready and get the bike going on the road. Alright guys, we made it. This is the starting location of our gravel ride. I've just pulled up on the side of the road here, but I'm gonna get ready and take out my bike. I've got a couple of things. We gotta pump up the tires because the bike's been sitting, so we gotta see. And guess who forgot to charge his battery for the rear derailleur? Yeah, me. So I've had to, luckily brought my charger with me, and it's been charging in the car, so I got it here. It's got about an hour of charge, so it should be fine. It wasn't completely dead, but because the bike was sitting, it didn't charge, so that's why I got it charged up and ready to go here. If you guys were wondering if your bike fits in the back seat of your car, it most probably does. Let's see, let's get it all set up here. All right, one thing I wanted to show you guys, since last time I have PPF'd my bike, there is a big long strip running down the bottom here just to protect it from the rock chips. I have some PPF on the fork, and I have the top tube also PPF here, some here on the back, and the chain stays here as well. The rear triangle is also PPF'd here on the outside, here underneath, and here. So I just got this. It's called Lux Shield, I believe. It's a German brand, so I ordered that. It's universal PPF. It worked out really, really well. I'll drop a link in the description just in case you guys were wondering where you can purchase it. But I'm super happy so far. There hasn't been any delamination or anything. I did heat it up with a hair dryer in a few areas just to mold it to the frame a little bit better, especially up here, just because this part is a bit more intricate on the Grizl, so there is a few different dimensions here, the way that the tubes just mold the carbon. So it just needed a little bit of heating up here, but mostly, yeah, I'm really happy with it. I hope it holds up. I know gravel riding is definitely rough on the bikes. I don't care too much. Of course, it's gonna get scuffed up and everything, but just try to minimize any major damage from rock chips and stuff like that. All right, guys, we're starting the ride with a steep climb. It's quite rough. It's also wet, so muddy. I'm not sure if it's gonna get muddier the higher we get, but there's definitely patches, but hopefully throughout the day it's gonna dry out at least the top layer. It's not too bad. It is rough though, so let's see how it goes. Muddy, rough patches. But this should be just the entry, or just the first part, the road part. The higher we get, the should get better, definitely. So let's see. First obstacle. Let's see how we're gonna make our way through it. Let's probably hike a bike around the side here. Alright, so we're giving the other side a try. I would ride through it, but I just don't know the rocks and just how deep it is, so I don't want to fall and get wet this early in the ride. So that's why we're gonna give this a try. Alright, I think we're through. Gotta keep going. Not the start I was expecting to this ride, but hey, it's an adventure, right? At least the views are great. Starting to open up here at the top. Should get better. Guys, I wasn't lying when I told you it snowed a few days ago. You can see it still hasn't fully melted. I do have to say the ride is still rough, but the views are amazing. There's some amazing views that are opening up and it's really beautiful. Taking a short break, enjoying the view. This Balkan gravel ain't no joke. So rough, and I've been basically climbing ever since I started this route. So yeah, not the best route in terms of comfort, but the views are worth it. Still patches of snow. There's a cold breeze, but still very nice. But the climbing continues. Just passing a cool little farm here. Some cows up in the mountains. Let's go check out the cows. I think they're little calves. They're super small. Let's see if they're curious or if they're gonna run away. Come here. I think they're a little bit scared, but also curious. Hey, come here. Oh, okay. That was too much. That was too much. They're definitely not curious enough to come and approach me, so I'll just leave them alone. That's cool though. Up in the middle of nowhere. Cool farm. That still snow up there, so this is actually Peak Kom. That's the easternmost peak on the central Balkan mountain. So quite thankful I took that break because I'm literally crawling up in the mud. Climbing continues and it's not nice. Still quite a bit of snow here. It's in the shade. It's a bit colder. Let's see, so this used to be a road at some point, but it's not really a road anymore. It's a gravel / broken down road, and I think because it used to be a road it makes it worse, because obviously before they put the asphalt on top they put like stones, larger stones underneath, so it's not really like smooth gravel but rather jagged stones. But yeah, seems like it's maybe getting better, maybe not. We'll see. That's the story of the day. Is it getting better? Is it not? Not really sure. But it's an adventure. It's definitely nice, clean air, fresh air, chilly air, cold. And it's nice. Came from this way. We've got this way and this way. Just check this way. We've got water, so I'm definitely running low, but it does seem like it's a downhill, which means if we go there we need to climb it back up in order to go this way, because that's actually the way I want to go. This way we can loop around and come back around the farm with the cows, so we can loop back around and then head back that way. So, but we are gonna go get water, climb back up, and then head over this way. Alright guys, we grabbed some water. As you saw, ice cold, fresh melted snow from the mountain. But as you saw, this downhill is a bit sketchy. with snow. Wasn't expecting that, but now I'm just gonna push it. Hike a bike a little bit up. But of course we have to go back the other way where I showed you, but definitely worth coming down here for some water. Snow is melting, so yeah, it's definitely not cold, but yeah, it makes it a bit sketchy to ride around with this rough road. Alright, back at the top, climbing up through fucking snow. The snow continues. I don't know if going down for that water was worth it. No, jokes aside, it was definitely worth it. But now we're continuing here on the sketchy road with snow. Guys, you see the deer just in front of me? There's like just down there, I think 3 or 4. It's four of them, but as soon as I get going, they're gonna see me and start running away. Some tarmac. Feels kind of good. Maybe I'm gonna throw a set of road wheels on this bike. I was see how it goes. But now we've got, this was a bit of a climb and again a descent. It's the next day after my ride home, and I didn't get to do a ride recap yesterday just because I got home quite late, so wanted to do it today. As I mentioned during the ride, it started out with just a climb. So as you can see here, these hairpins, it was all the way up to the top, and as you can see the elevation gain here as we're climbing, so very rough, very slow. Then we continued here. It was also just rough and climbing. So as you can see, that's where we started climbing. This is where the farmhouse was with the cows. So we continued on, kept on climbing. This is where we stopped for water. So this was, I'm not sure how many kilometers, but it was up to here. Climb back up. Then we did that loop. We went east through the grasslands, those grassy hills. We ended up down here, back to the farm. And then here is the loop that we did down to the village. So this was that descent that we did to the village. And then the little climb that we did after the village. And then it started descending down here. So this was all, as you can see, this was paved from the village down back. That was the paved road. As you can see, 22% paved. So this was this last bit, but everything else, as you saw in the video, was definitely not paved. On the contrary, very rough gravel. But as you can see, total distance, I thought it would be more, but I guess it was around 28 kilometers, elevation gain 750, estimated time 3 hours and 15 minutes. I think it took me a bit longer. Of course, I stopped for, just took a couple of breaks, grabbed some food here on the way, and grab some water. My overall impressions of the ride were that the gravel was quite rough, so it made climbing even harder than it should have been. Technically, on paper, it's not a very difficult ride. So as you can see, not a ton of elevation gain, also not a very long ride either, but just that rough gravel, especially on the hardest sections on the climbs, made it quite difficult to just climb and get any sort of speed on there. So quite exhausting as well. But the views were definitely worth it. I mean, it does make sense that gravel isn't very popular in Bulgaria. I would have to say, I think it's quite hard to find nice, fast gravel. Let's put it that way. Mountain biking is quite big in the country, so there's a lot of races and there's a lot of events around mountain biking, but not really gravel cycling. And it does make sense looking at the map. I mean, I had limited kind of resources to check out the route. It didn't look too rough. It looked nice, quite smooth in certain sections that I was able to see, but it turned out to be quite rough, but definitely enjoyed it very, very much. It was nice. It was hard. And I'm going to check out and see if there's any other segments, but this part of Bulgaria and these mountains is quite nice because there are these rolling hills. So it's not just a pure like climbing up. So definitely rolling hills, definitely super beautiful, and it was nice. If you guys enjoyed this content and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next adventure. Peace.